Good morning mga bata! Welcome to our mathematics class. I'm here, your mathematics teacher, Miss Pebble de Masuay, and we will tackle a quarter 4, a week 2, entitled Volume of a Cube and a Rectangular Prism. This is the most essential learning competency called MILKS. As a learner, you are expected to visualize the volume of the cube and a rectangular prism. Name the appropriate unit of measure used to measuring the volume of a cube and a rectangular prism. Derive the formula in finding the volume of a cube and a rectangular prism using the cubic centimeter and cubic meter. Convert cubic centimeter to cubic meter and vice versa. Cubic centimeter to liter and vice versa. This is the content or pure content. Visualizing and deriving the formula of a volume of a cube and rectangular prism using appropriate unit of measures or measurements. Before we start, let's define the volume. Volume is the three-dimensional size of an object measured in cubic units. It is expressed in cubic centimeter, cubic decimeter, cubic meters, cubic inches, cubic feet, cubic yard, and others. Let's start our lesson in this problem. A science teacher handled each of her pupils as a rectangular flower pot, 6 inches by 5 inches. The entire class was brought to the school garden, and the pupils were asked to fill their flower pot with the soil until it reaches the height of 8 inches. How much soil will be needed for each pupil? Let us start to solve this problem by using to find the area of this flower pot. So, the height of the prism is not given, but since the length and the width are given, area would be length times the width. So, area, in our past lesson, area is equal to the length times height. And the length in this problem is 6 inches and the width is 5 inches. So if we find the area of this pot, it will be 30 inches cubed. Since we find the area of this pot, let's talk about how to find the volume of this rectangular prism. Suppose a pupil was able to fill the amount of soil up to the height of in terms of inches. Therefore, the volume of this rectangular prism is equal to area multiplying by height. This means that the volume is just a product of three dimensions: area, which is length times width, and the height of a rectangular prism. So, in short, volume is equal to an area multiplying by height. Or simply, volume is equal to length times width times height. Since we know the formula in finding the rectangular prism, wherein in finding the volume is equal to the area times height, so suppose the pupil is able to fill the amount of soil up to the height of 2 inches, so therefore the formula will be volume is equal to area times height, wherein area in step number 1 is 30 inches cubed and the height is 2 inches. To find the volume, simply multiplying the area and the height. So substitute the value of height and the area. Therefore, the volume of a rectangular prism pot is 60 inches cubed or 60 cubic cube. So take note, kids, in writing the unit of that rectangular prism or cube, it is in term in cubic. So cubic unit or unit cube. So this is the examples in how to write the proper units in a rectangular prism. So notice that the amount of soil is occupies the space representing the volume since there are three dimensions: area, which is the length and the width and the height. So where volume is a cubic unit. Take notes. In a volume, there are three units. So we will write unit cube or cubic unit. Suppose a pupil was able to fill in an amount of soil up to the height of 2 inches, as stated in the problem. Therefore, volume is equal to area times height is equal to 30 inches squared multiplied by 8 inches is equal to 240 inches cubed or 240 cubic inches. This means that the total amount of soil in the flower pot is 240 inches cubed. Therefore, each pupil would need 240 inches cubed of soil in that flower pot. Let's have another example. Look the figure below. This is the rectangular prism which is made up of unit cubes. Can you find the volume of this figure? So since in this figure it states that volume is equal to 30 cubic units, how come that it is 30 cubic units? First, we are finding the part of the rectangular prism. So, like I said, volume is equal to length times width times height. So, in finding the length, width, and height, so the height of this figure is count. Ilan bang meron siya na cubes? Yung height niya, yung taas niya. So, merong isa, meron dalawa. So, meron tayong 2 counts in height. So, height is equal to 2 units. How about the width? Yung width naman, yung kanyang lapad. So, bilangin natin. Gawin natin yellow. So, yung lapad niya, 1, 2, 3. So, meron naman siyang 3 units. And the length, yung kanyang length, which is count natin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, meron naman tayong 5 na length. Yung length niya is equal to 5 units. So, therefore, the volume will be 30 cubic by multiplying the length, the width, and the height. So, 5 times 3 is equal to 15 times 2, 30. So, therefore, the volume of this figure is 30 cubic units. Okay. Since we are finished the tackle all about the rectangular prism, so volume is measured according to the length, width, and height of a figure. So the formula in finding the volume of a rectangular prism is simply volume is equal to length times width and height, or simply V is equal to L times W times H, where L is a length, W is the width, and H is the height, and the V is the volume. Study the solid figure below. This is a cube. So you can see it is what we call cube because the number of sides is congruent or the same. The measurement of the side is the same. So if the length is the same to the height and to the width, therefore is a cube. Since a cube has a length is equal to width times height is equal to S, we are not use length times width times height. Instead, we use a symbol S, which is side. Why side? Because each side or side of the cube is equal. Therefore, the volume of the cube is equal to S times S times S, or volume of the cube is equal to S cube. Excuse me. Where uh, where S is the length of the edge of the cube, so the volume of above cube is 5 times 5 times 5 is equal to 125 cubic units, or 125 unit cube. Let's have more an example. So this is your learning task 1 in your home learning plan. So count the number of cubic units to find the volume of the following rectangular prism or cube. So what is the volume of number 1? So the first one you can do, find the length, the width, and the height. So the length is 4. The width is also 4. And the height is 2. So 4 times 4 is equal to 16 times 2. The answer is 32. So meron tayong 32 unit cube. Number 2. So the length is 4. The width is 3. The height is 3. So simply 4 times 3 times 3. So the answer will be, the volume will be 36 units cube. Without unit, it is wrong because volume has always a unit. Okay? Number 3, what is the volume? We're in 3 and the side is 3. So it means it is a cube. So 3 times 3 times 3 is equal to 27. So meron tayong 27 unit cube. Number 4. So it is also a cube. Cube by 5. So therefore, the answer will be 125 unit cube. Last but not the least. So the height is 4. Then the height is 4. Then the length is 4. The width is 4. So it is also a cube. So 4 times 4 times 4 is equal to 64 unit cube. So, ganyan lang yung pag-visualize ng cube and rectangular prism by using count the actual cube inside that solid figure. Okay, next. Now, we'll learn the cubic unit. how to convert a cubic unit. So in this lesson, the cubic unit used the most often for volume are cubic centimeter, cubic decimeter, cubic meter, milliliters, and liters. These are related as follows. So in converting this unit, so 1000 centimeter cube is equal to 1 dm cube. 1000 dm cube is equal to 1 meter cube. And 1 million centimeter cube is equal to 1 meter cube. Then, 1 dm cube is equal to 1 liter. 1000 centimeter cube is equal to 1 liter. 1000 liter is equal to 1 meter cube. And 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 ml. To convert the cubic unit of measure to its larger equivalence, use division. And to convert the bigger unit to its smaller equivalence, use multiplication. Okay? So, let's have an example. So, study the illustration and answer the question below. So, example number 1, meron tayong 5,000 centimeter cube, 2 meter. So, katulad na sinabi natin kanina, okay, doon sa isang slide, 1 meter cube is equal to 1 million centimeter cube. Since it is 5 centimeter divided by 1,000 is equal to 5. Therefore, 5 million centimeter cube is equal to 5 meter cube. Next, example number 2. 4.3 meter cube to decimeter cube. So, kung kanina nag-divide tayo, wherein smaller unit to larger, divide. Larger unit to smaller unit, magmumultiply tayo. So, 4.3 times 1 million is equal to 4,300,000 centimeter cube. Then, copy the units. Next, sample number 3. Liters to meter cube. So, in 1 liters, meron tayong 1,000 meter cube. So, 7.25 times 1,000 is equal to 7,250 meter cube. So, the answer will be 7,250 cubic cube. So, larger unit to smaller unit is equal to multiplication. Next, example number 4. So, divide tayo. So, it means smaller unit to the larger unit. So, magdi-divide tayo. So, 12,000 centimeter cube to liter. And each liter is equal to 1,000 centimeter cube. So, 12,000 divided by 1,000 is equal to 12. So, therefore, 12 centimeter cube is equal to 12 liters. Last example. 3,500 liter to meter cube. So, smaller unit to larger unit. So, kaya tayo ay magdi-divide. So, 3.5 times 1,000 is equal to 3.5 meter cube. So, therefore, 3,500 liters is equal to 3.5 meter cube. So, ganyan lang yung pag-convert ng unit cube. So, let's have an examples. More examples. So, let's talk how about what unit measure volume appropriate use the following object. Use the given unit to measure arrange the smallest to largest, cubic decimeter, and cubic centimeter, and cubic meter. So, for an example, ano bang yung measurement yung gagamitin mo? So, in this case, katulad ng ano ba yung mas unit, appropriate unit na dapat mong gawin. Katulad na ng shoebox. Pag sinabi natin na shoebox, anong unit yung gagamitin yon? Shoebox, ibig sabihin, gagamit tayo ng cubic decimeter. Bakit hindi pwede si centimeter? Masyado siyang maliit. Bakit hindi pwede si meter? Masyado naman siyang malaki. So, it means we use decimeter. Pag maliit, unang-una, maliit na maliit, ito'y ginagamitan natin ng millimeters. Second one, sa maliit, is centimeters. The third one is cubic decimeter, then meter, then kilometer. So, in this case, in finding the volume, ang ginagamit lang natin is 4 milliliter cube, centimeter cube or cubic centimeter, decimeter cube, and meter cube. So, yan. So, shoebox, decimeter cube siya or cubic centimeter. Then, match, yung posporo. Ibig sabihin, yung posporo naman na ito, ginagamitan naman natin siya. So, since maliit siya, so, gagamitin naman natin si smallest. Ano ba yung smallest? Centimeter. Centimeter siya. So, cubic centimeter or centimeter cube. So, ang sagot yan is cubic centimeter. Swimming pool. Siyempre, swimming pool na yan. So, gagamitin naman natin siya is meter cube or cubic meter. Okay? Next, jewelry box. Jewelry box, centimeter lang yan. So, like an example, this is the jewelry box. Nandito kasi ako sa dresser ko. So, this is an example of jewelry box. Okay? Yeah. So, centimeter lang siya. So, kung kukuha ka na ruler, hindi naman pwede siya sa milliliters kasi times 1,000, ano na agad, hindi na siya pwede. So, centimeter siya. Okay? Centimeter. Next, flower pot. Flower pot, sa tingin nyo, so ito ay decimeter. So, tandaan nyo lang guys. So, in unit measure of, for a volume appropriate use, so tatandaan nyo kung ano yung sizes. 4 na sizes lang. Milliliter, milliliter cube or cubic milliliters, millimeters, cubic centimeters, then cubic decimeter, then cubic meter. So, yun lang yung 4 na yun. Okay? Next. Okay, so, in this learning task 3, let's answer this learning task. So, study the illustration and answer the question below. So, you can see, we have a rectangular prism which is the measure of cube 4 by 6 by 8. So, in this case, how many cubic units are in a one layer? So, tingnan muna natin. So, ilan ba itong width? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, the width is 4. Then, the length, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, the length is 6. So, in this layer, meron tayong 24 cube. So, first question, what kind of solid figure in this container? Ano ba siya? Rectangular prism or cube? Okay, very good. It is what we call rectangular prism. How about, how many layer are there? Ilan bang layer? Ilan ba yung height niya? Let's count. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, the height will be 8. So, it means 8. What are the dimension of the container? Ano ba yung dimension niya? Ilan ba yung dimension niya? So, the dimension will be 4 by 6 by 8. Yan yung dimension niya. So, 4 for width, 6 by length, then 8 by height. How about how many cubic units are there? How many cubic units are there in one layer? Itong layer na to, ilan ba tong lahat? So, pag binilang nyo yan, it is what we call 24. Next, how many cubic unit fit in all? Lahat yan. So, multiply natin si 4 times 6 times 8. So, the answer will be 192 cubic unit or 192 unit cube. This example, wherein we are converting the following cubic unit to as indicated. So, 2 million centimeter cube to meter cube. Ang sagot yan, simply 2. 4.4 meter cube to centimeter. Ilan? 5,400,000 centimeter cube. Ang gagaling. 9,500 dm to meter. So, magdi-divide kayo. Smaller to larger. So, divide kayo 1,000. So, the answer would be 9.5. 15.2 liters to centimeter. Ang gagawin nyo? So, it will be 15,200 centimeter. So, magmumultiply tayo ng 1,000. Next. Last number, 25,000 centimeter cube. 2 decimeter cube. So, magdi-divide tayo ng 1,000 meter. Magdi-divide tayo ng 1 million. So, the answer will be 0.025 meter cube. Okay. So, yan. Okay. So, thank you for listening and have a nice head ahead. So, in this learning task 5, ito yung performance task 1 nyo kung saan you are creating a rectangular prism or cube using the following volume. So, magdodraw kayo using this following volume. So, it is our performance task 1. Then, on this learning task 3, yung 6 yung sasagutan nyo. So, A, give the volume of the following solid figure in the cubic unit. Then, B, what is the appropriate unit measure to be used in measuring the volume of the following object? Next, convert the following cubic unit as indicated. So, in this problem. So, that's all in our lesson in this week 2. So, hope you understand and thank you for listening. Again, this is your math teacher, Miss Dimasuay. Thank you and God bless. Always keep safe. Bye.